So, we are very happy with the way this conference is going. We've had a fantastic response, and we think and hope that this will be only the first of a number of future events that will bring us outside of Europe. Hopefully with IPSA, this is something, of course, that needs to be discussed. I mentioned the theme, and before I close my short speech with the thanks to all those who have been involved, I should mention that theme was chosen by my predecessor, Professor Michael Cox, who had this brilliant idea. I think the theme was wonderfully focused on a very important topic, and I'm very grateful to Professor Michael Cox for having come up with this idea, which Leonardo Morlino and I accepted enthusiastically as soon as we were informed that we were communicating this idea by Michael Cox. As others have done before me, I wish to thank the local organizing committee and its president, Professor Marta Recce. I wish to thank the University of São Paulo for giving such wonderful hospitality, and I wish to thank all the others who have been involved in the organization of this event, particularly also the IPSA Secretariat, the ECPR Central Services, and last but not least, the two conference conveners, Professor Martin Bull and Professor Alvaro Moises. Thank you very much for being here. I wish you a very fruitful and eventful, in a positive way, of course, conference, and also I hope you will find the time to enjoy this very hospitable and vibrant city. Thank you very much.
Convido o professor Dr. Leonardo Morlino, presidente da International Political Science Association.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm well aware that the shorter my talk would be, the more grateful we would be for this. So let me just say one thing. It's this one. You know that for a professional organization like ours, the basic mission is to create opportunities for knowledge, opportunities for meeting, opportunities for innovation. What we usually do is to create our well-identified, routinized conferences. And of course, this is what our purpose is. But if we look for innovation, if we look for something new, then we have to look for mixing networks, people, scholars, group. And this is this attempt that we are doing now. Look for an innovative way of collaboration. Because of course, professional organizations compete. Now let's look at what comes out of collaboration. When we look for collaboration, where to go if not in Brazil? That was basically one of the ideas. But that what we should look for also a brilliant group of young scholars, such as Marta, such as Fabiano, such as Amancio Nunes Oliveira, who would accept this challenge. So I'm particularly grateful to them because they accepted this challenge, and now we will see in next 2 or 3 days if our intentions, our good intentions, will be met by facts. Thanks.
E agora, algumas palavras do professor Dr. Marco Antônio Zago, pró-reitor de pesquisa, neste ato, representando o magnífico reitor da Universidade de São Paulo, professor Dr. João Grandinho Rodas.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'd like to greet Dr. Leonardo Morlino and Luciano Parte, President of the two societies, and Professor Maria Hermínia Tavares de Almeida and José Roberto Cardoso, Deans, respectively, of the Institute of International Relations and the School of Engineering. And also I'd like to greet Professor Marta Arete as representative of all the people who were involved in preparing this conference. On behalf of the rector of the University of São Paulo, I'd like to welcome you all to this IPSA ECPR joint conference that was organized by the Brazilian Association of Political Science and is hosted here at the University of São Paulo. Probably is a truism to say that we live in a world that is changing radically and very fast. But this is the background for this conference that is focused on North-South relationship, or non-relationship, if you wish. And but what changes are these? These are global changes, not local or regional changes. And they include, first of all, the relevance of knowledge in relation to raw materials and labor force, the change of the political and economic axis of the world to the east, and they also became less concentrated, and this is also a permanent change in the world. And at the same time, environmental questions became a part of our everyday life in the last year. And this is also a permanent change. Climate changes, clean energy, use of water, and so on. Democracy was strengthened in most of the countries in the last decades. We have had important changes of the human population, the population of the world. Not only growth, because human population has been growing for the last 15 centuries or more. But now we have a permanent movement of a large contingent of the human populations, and also an important change of the age profile of the human population, which has become much more elderly, and this is most evident in countries like Brazil. And to feed this growing population, agriculture and food production now occupies the center of the world stage. And finally, communication, global communication, are increasingly fast, and we've seen that it emerged as an important determinant of political determinant, as we've seen recently. Well, to meet these changes, we need strategies. We could list many of them, but probably the most important of it is to rely on science to understand these changes and to try to interfere. As scientists, we should rely on science to understanding this change in the world and try to interfere in it. And that's the purpose of a conference like that. So I hope that you have a productive conference and look forward to hearing of its results. Thank you.